But Lang, I'm gonna keep it a buck. The way you talk to me and the way you regarded me, in terms of mannerism, treatment, the whole way through, is how I imagine it would be to be an intern at the company. I don't know how else to explain it. I feel like I'm an intern at the company when I speak with you.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know how to compute that in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. What is your preference of how you would rather it be? I don't know what the fuck that means.
Sorry. What'd you say?
What is your preference on how I should speak to you exactly?
Like the guy that on his own built a casino from the ground up with $0, has a Bitcoin farm that's mining 70 coins a day, and brings a ton to the table, and not throw all of it in the garbage, right? Like
How am I
I
throwing it
am
all of it in the garbage exactly? Are you just like
in
making
every
up scenarios in your head that now
in,
you believe is true, that is false? Like, I'm very confused.
in every single situation where I've tried to bring something to you, they've all been disregarded and devalued 100%.
Like, what else besides the whole casino business, my man?
The casino business, finding a flaw in the kickback system, right? That was one. The whole Bitcoin thing, with the whole pre-Bitcoin, as well as the Bitcoin where we bring in outside sources. I made a whole presentation, right? I didn't even get to present it. The guns, as soon as I brought in those guns, they were told that they were no value. But in reality, if it weren't for me, right, I paid for basically the entire contract. We wouldn't be able to afford the contract for the guns at that time. So this group would have had no guns, right? But now we have like 5, 6, and that's because of me.
So what do you want for, like, you want a hug for that? Like, what do you want me to do out of that? I'm confused.
I don't want a hug. I just want to stop being talked to like I'm a fucking idiot.
Now, let's be real.
Okay, but now that's changed, right? It went from that, I don't want to be talked to like I'm an idiot, but before you're saying I was disregarding everything you were doing. So which one is it now? Because I'm starting to get very confused.
Okay, I guess the best word to describe it is called respect, I guess.
Okay, and why do you feel like I don't respect you?
I mean, I explained that.
So the casino, which I've already explained, the Bitcoin, what is your issue with the Bitcoin?
I mean, it's not an issue per se. It's just that, what?
What's the issue?
What do you mean? Without me, this group would have 0 guns today, right?
Who the f are you talking to?
What do you mean?
I'm asking about the Bitcoin, man. I'm not asking about the guns.
Yeah, and that's Bitcoin related, right? I paid for the contract for this group to run it.
Wait, what?
I sent, I think it was 65, 70 coins. And if we didn't have those coins, we wouldn't have been able to do the contract.
I'm so confused. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin situation that you're talking about right now.
It's part of it, yeah. And then I also had the
So how was that disregarded?
In every way possible.
Yeah, but how? Like how? That doesn't answer the question.
You said it was like useless, basically.
But
if we didn't have those guns,
what did I say was useless? Can you just stop beating around the bush and just get to it?
I don't get what you're asking me.
How was this entire situation in your mind disregarded?
I mean, I think a perfect example is the way you're speaking to me right now, right? And I understand that there's a hierarchy, and I do my absolute best to respect it. But throughout my entirety of this group, other than the first week, I've been shown no respect from you in any regard.
But once again, you're like not answering the question.
I mean, just the way you're speaking to me now, like it's like you're attacking me. We're not talking in a civil
How
manner.
am I attacking you? Because I'm asking questions. Like, this is very confusing. I'm asking you your perspective.
Right. So what do you need clarification on?
Well, once again, how did that entire situation in your mind you perceived was disregarded? The whole Bitcoin situation with the guns or whatever the fuck you said.
I mean, when we had the meeting, right? It was valued at basically nothing, right? And it wasn't about kickback. I don't really care about fucking kickback. I don't really care about fucking money. I have enough, right? And when situations happened, right? And like, for example, the whole fucking gun thing or whatever the fuck, it's like none of it was accounted for, right? None of it was taken into mind. That like,
but
without
in what capacity? Like, how would you want us to compute that? Like, what did you want out of that?
Um, I don't get what you mean by that.
Okay.
It's not really like it's not really a certain specific thing that I can point out, right? It's just an overall. It's an overall tone, or not tone. Like
Yeah, but what? Like
I don't
you
know how
want
to
us to
describe it.
rejoice and celebrate and throw a party for you helping us out to get guns? Like I don't understand how we compute this to make you satisfied. It doesn't make sense to me.
Right. I'm
Well,
not.
what did we tell you when we first bought you in? We don't do that here. Like, period. We just don't. Nobody gets pats in the back. We all work towards a bigger goal every fucking day, and you be proactive and do what you think is right. That's what I'm not understanding.
If you wouldn't be doing a good job, Martin, you wouldn't be here. That's our pat in the back.
I'm not asking for a fucking pat on the back.
I mean, respectfully, it seems like you want some form of that, 100%. Yeah. And
Okay.
and it's fine that you want that, but once again, we just don't do that here.
Right.
My opinion on a couple things you're saying, like you don't care about money, you don't care about kickbacks, but at the same time you want us to somehow acknowledge the work you've done. Well, I'll tell you right now.
No.
No, let me finish. That we acknowledge the work that's done by kickbacks. It's the only way we can do it. The problem with Buckcoin is no one even knows what the fuck it's worth. There's still no price on it, and how the fuck is supposed to value guns you brought in? And if we did, they'd be too expensive. We couldn't even afford to pay you for them. The legal cop guns were going for like 50K each. I know
Okay.
we looked in the safe market. We don't have millions. Like, we're building.
Shut up, slugger. Fucking
It
idiot.
doesn't even matter because you don't give a shit about kickbacks anyway. But that is the way people get like recognition.
Look, and Lang might, may have backed out of whatever he said he was gonna get into, or maybe just is doing his own thing, like you said. But you got me, you got Gigi, Harry. I don't know if Tony wanted to be able to work with you on your projects long term. I mean, that in and of itself is also us recognizing the work that you've done.
And that's why it just doesn't make sense what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. So, I guess you guys just aren't seeing it the way I'm seeing it, right? I'm not looking for recognition. It's not that, and I don't know how to describe it any better than just respect. And when I say that,
but
I'm
define the
specifically
disrespect.
talking about.
You have yet to define it. Whenever I ask you how we've disrespected you, you like talk about a whole other topic. Like, define the disrespect as best as you can.
Okay, disrespect as best as I can, right? Throughout this conversation specifically, okay, you have not tried to understand my side. You have tried to poke holes in my situation and my story to prove me wrong. That's not respect.
How am I poking holes in your story for saying what the actual version of events were? Like, I'm confused.
Right. And here's the thing. I'm a human being and so are you. I could see things and perceive things a certain way. And of course, there's going to be flaws in that, but you are not empathizing in any regard. You're only pointing out those certain flaws out of a whole situation that's got a whole lot of things that aren't flawed and saying, this is why you feel that way. This is why you're wrong. Now get over it. That's not respect.
I never told you to get over it. I think you take like the words that we say and you paint an entire narrative in your mind that is just not true.
Okay.
You say we're poking holes in your story. We're just talking about what actually happened. Like that doesn't even make sense. Like we are literally talking about the events that occurred.
Okay. So I don't think this conversation is going to get very, very many places, to be honest. I feel like you guys just aren't. Well, I mean, Lang, I don't think you're understanding what I'm trying to get at here. And
No, I mean, I
think it's
get it.
best-
I think you're just dramatizing everything in your mind. I'm gonna be honest. You think we disrespect you or don't respect you, and it's more than likely the exact opposite.
Right. Yeah. So with that, we're probably just going in circles, right? So it's just better off just not speaking about this, right?
Well, I mean, you can talk about it all you want. I personally don't give a shit. You say what you feel and what your version of events is. You can do that all fucking day. But if we didn't respect you, why
rather
the fuck
not.
we even waste our time buying you in? Like, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, that's why I came to this meeting and I asked that, right? I wanted to get the clarification.
Clarification on what? Why you were bought in?
No, on just why I'm being treated like fucking dog shit.
Well, I
See,
don't
that
think
kinda
you're
pisses
being.
me off,
I don't
'cause
think you're
I
being
feel
treated
like-
like dog shit personally.
I feel like I always give you the time of day. Like,
Oh no.
I
Oh, I
just-
mean, Harry, I'm not speaking about you. I think you show me respect, 100%.
Okay, so who doesn't? Is it just me? Like, well, can you be more direct here? Like, I feel like
I mean, yeah,
you're
I've
kind of
said it
beating
like
around the
multiple
bush a little
times.
bit.
I've said it multiple times. For the most part, it's absolutely just you.
So nobody else you got a problem with
There's-
here, is what you're saying?
There's 5 people at the top, Martin. Even if one of them's not in line with you, I mean, we don't expect everybody here to like each other, right? I might not like Harry, but I'll still work with him. You know what I mean? If Lang don't like you, or vice versa, or you guys got problems or whatever, you still got 4 other Dons you can work with.
Well, Lang is the leader of this group.
No, I'm not. See, like this is what boggles my mind. Like me and Luciano have spent hours speaking to you before we bought you in, and then somehow you buy into a completely different narrative. This is what boggles my mind. We have spoken to you like I think it was like 4 different conversations on exactly how this worked, and then I even said, and then even after we talked, I'm like, take another 24 hours and think about it before you buy in.
yeah, you don't have the information on what the fuck goes online to be saying fucking bullshit like that.
Yeah, like you saying
make a
that,
blanket
you know you're
statement like
bullshitting.
that. To say Lang runs this group is horseshit.
You go to the meetings, like you were involved in everything to see that literally is not true.
Okay.
This is none of your business, but we have an odd number for a reason. We literally have a fucking odd number of 5 people to vote shit.
Yeah, I was made aware of that.
So don't say bullshit like that.
So you were made aware of all these things. Me and Luciano took the time to talk to you, like I said so many times before we bought you in. So now how are you standing there and saying that it works completely different from what we talked about? Like that just doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm not saying that it works completely different, right? But in my experience, right, when I ran my crew, there were multiple leaders, but there was always one person that made the final decision in that, right? The one person that every leader looked to. It's just kind of like a subconscious natural thing.
But in the
right?
same breath,
So from my experience,
but in the same breath, you're saying you're aware why there's 5 people at the top. Like you literally just said you were aware why there's 5 people at the top, and the reason why there's 5 people at the top is there's always going to be a majority vote and never a tie.
okay.
But once again, you're somehow convincing yourself of these narratives in your head that are just not real. Like you just convinced yourself that you think I lead this shit when that is far from the truth. And anybody in this fucking room will tell you that, or will solely lead this shit, because I do help lead, but it's not just only me doing it.
Okay. Well, sorry for the confusion then.
Yeah, you're apologizing for the confusion though, but it's hard for me to believe that you were confused because we took so much time to explain this to you.
Right, but I'm saying from my point of view, right? Running a crew when there's multiple leaders, there's just that subconscious thing where there is one person that heavily influences or everyone looks to in that group of leaders, and from my perspective, it seemed to be you in that situation. But if that's not the case and I was wrong, then I apologize for even saying that.
I'm just gonna say I think you know that you were wrong. I think you said that for the sake of saying that. I'm just saying. There's no way you believe the opposite. Like Martin, you've showed up to every meeting. Like you've been involved in everything that we've been doing and talking about. You understand how it works. I refuse to believe that you don't. Even subconscious, whatever, I get that. But we have been very vocal on how things work from the beginning.
Okay. Well, yep. Sorry for the confusion.
And even then, I am who I am, man. I'm not gonna change for nobody. I ain't gonna collar you. I ain't gonna talk to you sweetly because of how you take things in or whatever. I just do what I do, my man. You have a problem with that? I don't know what to tell you. You want to pin up these giant crazy theories in your head? That's a you thing. You can do that all day if you fucking want. But the fact of the matter is, if we had no respect for you, whatever brought you in, if nobody in this room, if everybody in this room had a problem with you would already know that there was a problem. If there was a problem, you would know.
Okay. Well, I guess that's that then. All right. Am I good to go?
One more question here, man.
What's up?
Are you gonna leave? Or are you gonna see this through?
I have no intentions of leaving.
Luciano's so dramatic. I love it.
But the thing is, I mean, like the way I said how I feel is the way I feel, right? And if you don't see it the way I do, there's always going to be that miscommunication there, and it's always just going to. I think it'll just be more sour than it has to be.
I think you need to reevaluate what you think you bought into, personally.
Us not being on the same page, this ain't gonna work. We need to be on the same page. How can we get there?
Yeah, because it's not convincing when you say like the way you just ended that. Like I can tell you're still not okay with it. We've basically got nowhere,
Yeah.
which is a problem.
I mean, I don't think I have the solution for you guys.
I mean,
You understand? This puts everything in a uncomfortable position.
This is why I'm saying you need to reevaluate what you think you bought into.
In what way?
I mean, I truly believe that you think what you bought into and what we asked you to buy into are completely different in my mind.
So can I ask, what do you think it is that I bought into?
I mean, I
Like,
don't know. I
like,
don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but like just from your perspective, like, what is your understanding of how I see it? If you can pinpoint that.
I just don't think you see it in the way that we explain it to you. I think you see it differently. What that is, I don't know, but it's very clear. It's different.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll ponder on it. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the time. And like I said before, sorry for laying it all on you, right? I don't mean to be disrespectful, but, you know, it's kind of like the spillover effect, right? When things build up and things build up and then things build up, everything spills into one, and it seems like it's a much bigger thing than it really is. And I'd rather, you know, laying out it completely on the table from my point of view, just so it doesn't get any worse than it quote unquote has to be. You know, do you get what I say when I say that?
Yes, I think
Okay.
again, you just need to really evaluate what you bought into, because this isn't really all about what I think you want it to be. Like we're not gonna. It's all about being proactive, and you do what you want to do. We're not gonna call you every day and give you a pat in the back and appreciate you and give you credit. We have the meetings every Friday. Everybody knows what the bigger picture is. We all work towards it together, or in some instances, not even together.
Okay. Yeah. I'll reevaluate and ponder. Okay. Thank you for you guys' time. All right.
No problem.
All right. Have a good one.
Thanks, Marty.
For the record, Harry, I do like you.
I mean, I fucking hate all of you.
Whoa, 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 whoa.